Justin Smith there, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama magazine. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button below if you're not subscribed. Also, be sure to leave a like whether you are subscribed or not. We continue our coverage of the Tide's 2021 recruiting class, providing individual breakdowns of the Tide's 24 signees. In these breakdowns, we will talk about what each signee brings to the table and also discuss what their future could look like in Tuscaloosa. The next guy up is five-star athlete Ga'Quincy McKinstry out of Pinson Valley High School in Pinson, Alabama. If you had to choose one word or one phrase to describe McKinstry, the phrase you would use would be playmaker. This is a kid that simply makes plays. And I think that's the simplest way to describe McKinstry's game. And he makes plays in a variety of ways. You could tell that he has great anticipation. And you can tell that he pulls from experience as a wide receiver a lot. He has arguably played wide receiver more than he has played defensive back throughout his high school career at Pinson Valley High School. And you could tell that he constantly pulls from that as he jump passes, shows great anticipation when floating around the secondary as a safety at times, showing that he can be versatile, but I think he will play cornerback at the next level. It seems that is the position where the Tide will most likely use him at. I think they're going to use him there because I think he is great in one-on-one situations. This kid was great athleticism, a nice vertical, so he's going to be able to compete in the air with taller wide receivers. He currently stands at 6 foot 6'1". He's a lengthy kid, has a lot of length to his frame. He can stand to add some more muscle, some more weight to his frame. That should be no problem under the Tide strength and conditioning staff. He has all around athleticism. One of the other factors that comes into play when it comes to him making those plays, when it comes to him becoming and being a big-time playmaker. And I think that is going to translate easily to the next level, that high IQ that he shows, that all-around athleticism, a guy who is always looking to catch an interception, break up a pass, always looking to leave his mark on the football game. And personally, whenever I got a chance to see him, there wasn't a single game where I saw him in action where he did not leave his handprint all over the football game. So I think he is a big playmaker, a huge get for the Crimson Tide. He has shown recently that he can be aggressive at times. I want him to constantly show that aggressiveness. I think he has it in him, but I think he's more of an athletic finesse type of player. So he does not always show that aggressive side of his game off. But I think he wants to show that he can be aggressive, show that he is a defensive back, because he has played a lot of wide receiver throughout his high school career. And I think he's up for the challenge to go into possibly a crowded defensive back room for the Crimson Tide when he enrolls at the University of Alabama in January. If the Tide lumps him to play defensive back, although I think he will be one of those cross-trained players, a guy who could play all over the secondary, because I like to see him float around as a safety. I thought he looked really good in that position throughout his senior year, especially when I got a chance to see him when Pinson Valley played Ramsey earlier in the season. I really liked the way he floated around the secondary, just showing off that athleticism and his ability to roam around. But looking at the way the Tide could possibly use him, possibly as a cornerback to start off, Patrick Surtain may move on to the NFL draft. It is a high possibility that he is going to declare for the NFL draft at the end of this season. Josh Jobe has continued to improve his draft stock. He may decide to declare for the NFL draft. That is something else to keep in mind. You also have to look at the guys who could come back if those guys do decide to declare for the NFL draft. You have Ronald Williams Jr., the JUCO transfer, who did not get an opportunity to play this season due to an arm injury. You also have guys like Marcus Banks. You have a deep defensive back room in general, just looking at guys like Brandon Turnage, Brian Branch, Jaquez Robinson, Jalen Armour Davis. So it is still a lot of talent within this defensive back group as a whole that could come back next year. But the door is open for Ga'Quincy McKinstry to make an impact. The door is open for many freshmen to make an impact, because Nick Saban and the Tide coaching staff, as I will constantly say during these video breakdowns. Freshmen can play at Alabama if they come in ready to play, and I think Ga'Quincy McKinstry has the athleticism, and with him enrolling early in January, he will get an opportunity to go through the full off-season program, full off-season training, and full off-season weight program with the Tide strength and conditioning staff. He could add on some weight during that time, plus the summer, and just add that on to his athleticism. Coming to fall camp, possibly as a player who could make an immediate impact in Tuscaloosa. So that is something to look at when it comes to Ga'Quincy McKinstry's future. This is also a kid who will balance and juggle being a college student, a football player for University of Alabama, along with being a basketball player, because he still has that opportunity to play basketball under the Tide's basketball staff and under the head coach Nate Oates, as he recently said that Ga'Quincy McKinstry has a spot on the basketball team as well. So I am excited to see how he just juggles all of that as a college student. I think he is up to it mentally. I think he definitely has the athleticism to compete in both sports. I think it'll be quite interesting to see him do that at the next level, but we will continue to provide our video breakdowns throughout the week. As always, I am Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama magazine.